So my editor put up a story on Instagram saying, I launched a digital product in 30 days. I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical because I know how hard it is to start a new project. But turns out she did it, and she made her first $100 in the first 2 weeks. She didn't have to leave her home, use any fancy software, and she didn't need to hire anyone. All she needed was a little guidance, which is exactly what we are re-giving away for free in this video. We've teach you step by step how to take something that you could start today and turn it into a full-time income. Let me tell you why digital products are so powerful, and then I'll show you how to pick a winner. Build it fast and scale to thousands of dollars per month. Now when you think of digital products, you might think of giant corporations like Netflix or Apple. But there's a massive opportunity for independent creators too. In fact, you can get started with no money and no experience. Because here's the secret sauce. Digital products are items you create once and sell infinitely. So, instead of physical products, which you need to buy materials for, package, ship, and deal with returns, you create something like an ebook, a checklist, or a course, and you can sell it over and over again. Plus, you can do this part-time and remotely, and you can automate most of the work to sell on autopilot. To get started, we need to first find a profitable niche, and here's a quick process. Start with a niche, not just what you're passionate about, but where people spend. To do this, search Etsy or Gumroad for digital download plus your interest. So if we were doing this together, I would type in digital download productivity, then filter by most relevant. As you can see, these listings include some of the best sellers within that niche. Next, visit Google Trends to check demand. Type in each term one at a time and click on Compare. This will show you which is trending now. We can also look at average monthly searches. If it's under 1,000, that's still a good sign. Last, you can talk to people by joining subreddits or Discord communities related to your topic. Or if you prefer, you can use ChatGPT with the People Also Ask feature to explore pain points. For example, you can ask, what problems do avid runners face? And then dig through the responses for ideas. Basically, if you can answer one of those questions with a digital product, then you might be onto something. In this case, we found a potential bestseller and the community has pain points, so it's a great place to start. The next step is to validate your idea with a simple question. Would you pay $10 for this if it saved you time or stress? In this case, a habit tracker is probably worth $10 to the right audience. So let's dive deeper and see what else sells well. Here are a few of my favorite examples and ideas. Notion dashboards. Now that you understand what products sell best, let's talk about the tools you need to build and sell them. Good news, you don't need to code, design, or be a genius. All of these tools are beginner-friendly and easy to use. Start with Canva. There are literally millions of graphics and templates already available, so you can get started today without a single design skill. Next, ChatGPT can help you write outlines, product titles, even copy. Simply type in your niche or idea and it will generate suggestions. Then you can choose from various platforms to host your digital products. Both Gumroad and Etsy are free to list on, and you only pay fees once you make a sale. Finally, Linktree or Beacons is all you need to create a storefront. But don't worry if you don't have a lot of traffic yet. We'll cover that later. Now I want to show you real people who are doing this right now. These are real store owners, and these are their real results. Emma created a wedding budget tracker on Etsy, and now she makes around $1,500 per month passively. Dan made a Notion freelance CRM and sold 800 copies on Gumroad in 3 weeks. Tasha bundled her teacher resources and now earns more from her digital store than her actual teaching job. So again, these are regular people who took action. There's nothing stopping you except fear and procrastination. And you won't get over that unless you actually start. Now let us talk about how to grow from your first sale to your first $1,000 per month. First, let's talk about bundling. That means combining 3 products into one offer. For example, if you're making a habit tracker, bundle it with a journal and a planner. Not only does this increase your order size, but it shows more value to customers. When you increase the perceived value, you can increase your price. Next, consider an email funnel. You can capture email addresses and send automated follow-ups. So after someone buys, they get an email with a link to download. Then 2 days later, they get another email with some bonus content. And then maybe a week later, they get an offer for something else. You can use a service to create these funnels without any technical skills. And third, think about affiliates. These are influencers who can earn a percentage of every sale they drive. So let's say you have an Instagram following. You can share your product with them and they can share it with their audience. If it works, you'll both make money. And last but certainly not least, don't forget SEO. On Etsy and Gumroad, you can add tags to help people find your products. For example, if you're selling a resume template, some tags could be resume template, CV, Google Docs, and Canva. Finally, you can use TikTok and Pinterest to post short pieces of value that include your link in bio. Over time, this will build trust and authority and eventually lead to sales. I hope this video gave you a lot of inspiration and ideas. If you want to build your first digital product, I highly recommend subscribing to our channel. You can always come back to it for more tips and tutorials. Plus, we have a whole playlist on digital products alone. And please let us know in the comments below. What's one idea you'd sell as a digital product? And if you're interested in taking our free Digital Product Builder Challenge, you can find it in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.